Hey everybody, and welcome to the intersection of sports and marketing. I'm Cristiano, and this is episode 19 of OUTOFSCOPE, what brands can learn from the Grateful Dead. All you marketers out there need to listen to this.
Sports marketing expert Cristiano.
Cristiano.
Marketers and advertisers and brands always have to keep in mind, you have to play to the state of your audience. Endurance sports athletes are absolutely fanatics.
Having a Facebook page doesn't get you any business, but doing it right can be quite effective.
Hey, and welcome to episode 19. Today gets a little bit more fun. I was lucky enough to get to go to the first of the last of the 3 concerts of the Grateful Dead last weekend. Got to go there on Saturday. Got an invite from our friends at the Chicago Bears. Got to be up in the box. It was really kind of cool. Kyle, who also works here, got to come along, and I got to say, we were dressed not quite like the rest of the crowd. I think we were the only 2 people literally there in button-down t-shirts and not dreadlocks or something smokable or in some sort of tie-dye shirt. But it was a lot of fun, and those people were cool. The crowd was awesome. The Grateful Dead was just out of this world. It was just such a fun concert to be at. And it made me think, though, like watching 80 some odd thousand people converge onto Soldier Field, totally packed arena, like just absolutely unbelievable. People going to pre and post concerts, like just absolutely living the dream and the life. And, being that this is possibly the last time Grateful Dead ever plays, obviously anybody and everybody who's a Deadhead or even just a remote fan of those guys was there or wanted to be there. And it really made me wonder something, right? Like, this is 50 years in. What is it about the Grateful Dead that made them A, so popular, but B, more importantly, have that level of incredible popularity, incredible depth of fan base, last for more than 50 years, right? Like, these guys might stop playing, but I think these fans are going to be around forever. And, what is it? And I started to kind of really think, and I was asking a bunch of real serious fans that have been to dozens and dozens of Grateful Dead concerts in their lives. So just ask them, what's the deal? And, trying to pick through and weed through what everybody was talking about, I think there's a common thread of number one, the Grateful Dead has always been super passionate about their music. Number 2, they really didn't give a crap about what everyone thought they should do or what, mass market thought or wanted or what other people were doing. They played for themselves and for their fans, and they played and wrote music based on what they believed in and their vibe and their thing. They carved out their own niche market. And that's where I think that brands can relate and really look at a band like the Grateful Dead and say, like, how did they become so successful? And it's because they really did it their way. They weren't worried about the rest of the noise. They weren't worried about what the people who didn't like their music said. They focused on the people who did like their music, and they made it better, and they connected with those fans, and they connected on such a deep level that 50 years later, these people, there were people that were there that were 18 years old, and there were people that were in their 80s, and everyone enjoyed it just as much. It transcends generations. And I believe that it's just because, A, they're so passionate, and B, their fan base is so passionate, and C, that, they really just did it their way and continued to do it their own way. And, to paraphrase Jerry Garcia, I've heard he said something along the lines of, we're not the best at what we do, we're the only ones at what we do. And that's so kind of cool. And as, any sort of brand or band or company or small business or large business, it doesn't matter. Try to be genuine to who you are and play really strongly into the fan base that you have. Don't worry about all the people that aren't your consumers or aren't your customers or aren't your fan base. Worry about the people that are and go really, really deep with them. Give them as much information, give them as much added value as you can, regardless of what you do. Just focus on the people that want to consume what it is that you do, and give them everything you've got, and make them into super fans, and make them last for 50 years. So I think there's something there that uniquely ties it together, and I don't know, maybe I just got a contact high from being there, but it was a lot of fun and a really cool experience, and something I'm honored to have been there for potentially one of the last concerts. It was really kind of cool. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of things to think about, and I think it's really deep, and I don't know, they're really cool, and their fans were awesome. I mean, I think that's something else, right? Like, everybody jokes about deadheads, but everyone there was so passionate and really kind of connected with me on that level. So thanks for watching episode number 19. We got a lot more to go. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you're a Grateful Dead fan, you're a Deadhead, or you're in business and I don't know. Leave me a comment. What do you think about that connection? I don't know. I'm curious about what you think. Anyway, tune in. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes and on YouTube. Thanks so much. Ready to go, ready to go.